Hello, welcome to Pantheon of the Geeks. You join us for an unboxing of the Fyreslayers Start Collecting box set and Hearthguard box set.
Yeah.
So this is my new army for the next stage of Tale of Two Gamers.
Yes.
Even though we've not finished the other one yet, because I've still got to paint Alariel.
Yeah, well, there we go. Those things.
Yep.
I'm on with my goblins. The contrast paints are brilliant, that's what I'm saying.
And this is why we're doing this, so I can try out the contrast paints as well.
Get these guys.
Get them painted and everything, yeah. So the Hearthguard, I've actually got 2 box sets of those because I was going to do Hearthguard Berserkers and then just normal Hearthguard.
So then you got one of each.
So I've got one of each, yeah. Just because they looked awesome.
Yeah.
These things look cool.
Those chains.
Yeah.
So you'd have to choose now, so you can have one of each. Before you had to choose.
Well, we'll have a look when I open them up. I might change my mind yet. Who knows?
I doing both the same.
Yeah. Controversial.
I know.
So this is the Start Collecting box set.
So we're going to start with this one.
Lovely magnet draw. That's awesome. Yeah. Yep. So, all colour instructions.
So not used to seeing so much colour when you open
No,
the box.
that's awesome.
There you go.
Nice.
So these are the other things from the set, aren't they?
Yeah. So
You
Bottlesmith.
need those two. You need those two.
I need those 2.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
Well, next time I go in, I know what I'm looking for.
Auric Runefather on Magma Dwarf.
Those are all the...
This is interesting, because normally when you get the, from memory, when you get the starter sets, they just give you the different sets of instructions.
Yeah, with the Silverneck you got a separate one for the Tree Lord, and then a separate one for the Dryads and a separate one for the Branch Witch. So I take it this one's all together, is it? In one big posh.
Yeah, so...
Oh, that's nice.
Hearthguard's Sons of Fortune. So this will be the war scroll for them.
Oh,
cool. So a Runefather on a Magma Dwarf, a Rune Smiter, a Rune Sun, and 1 unit of Volkite Berserkers. And you get the quest for Hearthguard ability. Once per battle in your hero phase, choose 1 enemy unit on the battlefield to be the target of the Rune Smiter's appraising eye. Unless they're within 3 inches of enemy units, all of Hearthguard's Sons of Fortune can immediately move up to 4 inches towards the unit you picked, provided then this moved closer to the target unit than they were when they started.
Ooh.
There we go.
Cool.
And obviously we've got the
war
scrolls if you didn't have them. There. Okay.
Okay, so who are we starting off with?
Well, Biggie then.
Big dude.
The Auric Runefather on a Magma Dwarf.
Okay.
Let's use the manual zoom to bring us in a little bit. Okay. Yep, so we need parts 3, 4 and 2. We also need part 1 though, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we'll get those bits off. Then we'll come back. Okay, so we have part 2 and part 4. And these appear to go together. Something a bit like this by the looks of it. Yeah, it does like that goes in there somehow. Or that says that should attach the... I think I've got it the wrong way around. I think that's what I've done. Have I got the wrong side here?
Should you have that bit?
Ah, there you go. See? So those 2 parts are going to go together like that. No wonder it won't fit together. There you go, guys. So that's going to go on there like so. Got that on that. And then we have this fin. I think this is what was thrown me, this fin, because there's a fin on there, but that's the underside fin. So we have this fin which is going to attach along the top. And then we're going to have this part 1, which we've already said will fit on to there, to put those 2 parts together. So I'm going to go ahead and build these 4 first parts in the meantime. So I was going to cut off parts 26, 25, 27, and that should give us the tail as well, and then we'll stick the 2 together. Okay guys, so there is the first section. Now this bit here actually, I stuck the 2 sides together and did this fin last, because there's a gap between these 2 sides which the fin clips into. Now you are meant to put that on first, because obviously if you let this dry before you try and put this back fin on, it probably won't fit into place, but it was still wet when I was doing it, so the glue hadn't set or anything, so I just was able to like wiggle that in a bit better. So if you're doing it all in one go like that really quickly, you could stick the 2 sides together, then just wiggle that in and it'll lock into place. It goes click, so when you've got it, so you can see that on there should be no gaps at all. There. Cool. So now we move on to the rest of the tail. So it's part 25. Is this part 25? Cool.
That's 25, that's 26.
This is 25, this is 26. It's just like fins and spikes everywhere.
I know.
So that sticks on there like so. And then we have this
27.
bit, 27, which I believe will fit into this recess here from the picture. Somehow. Pictures aren't always great guides as to what you're meant to do. So I'd say that's that. There we go. And that goes on there. There's a gap, but it doesn't fit like that. So that's what it looks like to me from the picture. Yeah. Or is that going to be that way around? It is, isn't it? See? Getting things all the wrong way around. So that's going to be that way around, and that's going to be that way around, and those 2 should fit together. He says. But yeah, that's meant to fit into there, as it kind of looks like on the picture. So that goes on there like that, and that'll be there already. And then let's stick those together and make sure we got it right, and then we'll come back and put the 2 sections together. Okay, so this is the strange looking tail that we have, and this is meant to fit on there somehow. And then if we move the page over, we've actually got part 28, which is this bit, which is the other side of the tail. So that's one of the reasons I've cut it off, so I can put them all together at the same time and make sure it's fitting in place. So as I said, that's going to go in there, which is obviously going to leave this massive gap at this side, which this should fill. So I'm going to go ahead and see how that goes together. But this bit, you can see, it looks really weird. It was really weird to figure out how it went together from the pictures. But there we go. So I'm going to go and stick these 3 bits together, and then we'll move on to the legs. Okay guys, so here is the assembly so far. What I actually did was I put 28 and the tail together, because I had to flex that into position, and then I stuck the whole thing bodily into there, and it went in really easily doing it that way around, rather than the way around it says in the book. Because that 28 needed a bit of flexing to clip into place. But once it did, it was pretty solid. And I actually clipped it in, left it in, and glued it in afterwards, because it was a good solid connection. Then I just glued it onto there. So that's where we're at. Then next we've got part 30 and 29, which are the leg pieces. And here we go, that way around, put the right way around again. That goes on there like that. Then we have the foot, which is 31, which goes on there. Then we have the other leg. Are these the back legs? Or there's one a back leg and one a front leg.
I'm not sure, to be quite honest.
So those 2 parts again, they go together like that. They're like alternate legs. Let's see if you can see where they go. So this makes part 3, so this is the leg that's going to go on there. and this bit makes part 2, which is the leg that's going to go opposite it. So these are the back legs. So we'll stick those two together, pretty straightforward. Then we'll move on to do the front legs, which is 35 and 36, 38, and we have 37, which makes one of these front legs by the looks of it. So then we have a 3-legged beast basically at this point, don't we? Yeah. So I presume the next leg's on the next page.
I've got one.
Have you got the parts?
Yeah. 37.
Yeah, so these again just look like they go together pretty straightforward. He says. Oops. Which one's that part? That is part 20. 36, isn't it?
36, yeah.
Yeah, so it does look like it goes like that. It does. It goes like that. Right, so we'll put those two parts together.
And I think
that's the heel, isn't it?
Yeah.
A claw. It's the claw from that side. She's going to go on that little bubble there. And then that's the outside. So that bit goes on there. As you can see, there's a bubble on that side as well. And then that bit will attach to the final bit and also cover that hole there. So I'm at 3 legs. They look like they just fit on to these gaps that are left. So once I've built the 3 legs, I'll just go ahead and stick them onto the body. If there's any issues, I'll come back in between. Otherwise, we'll see you with the 3-legged beast. Hey guys, so this is where we're up to with 3 legs on. The next page though, not there, anyway, is about the neck. And there's 2 options. There's 6A and 6B. Now you only need to build one of these, and it does mean that if you get some more magma dross in the future, you can have a bit more variety in there. But 6A is this one, and 6B is this one. And were you going to go for B, did you say?
I think so, yeah.
B. So the parts for B are 19, 18, 17, 16 and 15.
Right, I'll get those.
And then we'll also need 14 and 11 for this section here on the back. So that's regardless of which one you build. So when we've finished, it should look like this picture here. So if we get these parts off, I mean the legs fit on really easy. There was no problem fitting those on or fitting them together, to be honest. So we should end up with this thing. So unless there's an issue attaching these parts, we'll have a look and we'll come back either this stage or at that stage. But we'll see you in a second. Okay guys, so we'll start with all these sections here I think. So we've got 19 there, we've got 18 there, so that's the fin, and then this bit. And then on the other side we're going to have 16. You see it's got the same ridged sort of thing that the tail had. So I think when those 2 pieces, however they go together, it should leave a gap for this ridge to basically lock into place. That's the top part, and the bottom part is made out of 17 and 15. And trying to figure out how they got together now. It does look like that. Pretty sure. Or is it? Yeah, that's 15. And that is 17. So it definitely goes that way around. It has to go that way around. Please tell me it goes that way around. Doesn't look like it though. Because there's 2 notches there. Where that is. That's really weird.
They're not fit together.
Just like that goes that way around. That's straightforward enough. It shows that. And that. Alright, that's that way around. Yeah. So yeah, I was right first time. Those 2 bits do lock into They must do. Yeah. I must have misread it again. But those 2 bits make the underside. These 3 bits make the upside. And then the optional side goes onto the front, so it should fit onto there. And then we have these 2 back pieces.
Like the shoulder blades.
Yeah. So they should lock on to one way or the other. Just figuring out which one goes on which side. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's that side, and that must be that side. So that's got a little bit that fits underneath, so that must get under there somehow. So we will stick the neck and the back part on, and then we'll come back and see what we're up to. Okay, so just for clarity, that is the top side, and that's how that goes together. And that is the bottom side, so there should be a gap there. That's what was confusing me. And then obviously these 2 parts are going to lock into each other. As Claire pointed out to me just as I finished filming, this clip part is going to have to be pointing forwards according to the picture, and that's going to fit on there like that. So we'll go ahead and put these 2 pieces on and the neck on, and we'll try again. Yes, this is where we are up to. It went on fairly easy. This was still wet, so it actually collapsed a little bit, so make sure that's fully dry before it goes in. Next up we have the head. So we have parts 8 and 9, which is the side of the head and the tongue. So that should fit in there. Yeah, there's a little nodule just there. There's a little hole just on the side of the tongue, and that's where that should fit. And then we have the other side of the head there, which when the tongue's in place, that should fit on. And then we have the start of the crest, which we'll probably try and glue all this together at the same time, plus we've got to take all these little bits of sprue off. Just to make sure that the head does have this spacer sort of in between. But that should fit onto there, and then the other side should fit onto the other side, just to make sure it's the right shape. So it's probably best to try and glue all the bits together at the same time. Then you have your options. So you have part 21 or part 23. Claire's chosen part 23 for this one with these sort of wavy horns. And then that's sort of the back horns by the looks of it. And then the front horns are the 22, or slightly larger, 24. There we go. So that piece should fit onto there, and then this bit should fit over the top. There's like a V section there and a V section there, so like that basically. So you've got a couple of options with the head, and then you have 2 options with the front leg. You can either have it where it's paws down, which according to this picture over here is assembly 10, or you have assembly 9 where you sort of lifting his paw about to claw somebody, which is this assembly here. So this is 9, this is 10, so we're going to go with 9, if it's correct.
I'm not sure it is, you know.
I know, the pictures don't really look right, because that looks exactly like that, but then that does as well. It's because they've done them from different angles. So what we'll do, we'll build part 9 and see if it looks like part 9 or like part 10. But what we'll do with the head, we'll put the head together, put the head on, because that's part 8 here, and then we'll build the leg and we'll come back before we stick it on just to make sure it was the right leg. Okay, so number 9 builds this one, which is the one that's pointing upwards. Not. This is a lie. This is a complete lie. This is number 10. And this is number 9. So even though it says 10, that is 9. And this contraption, which is quite difficult to put together. Yeah. Unfortunately, I've already put it together. Goes faffing around with it. Just make sure that when you get to which part was it?
47.
Part 47 is this bit here. a bit on the inside. This is 47. This goes on the inside of the claw, and then the shoulder piece can go on the outside of the claw. The other individual claws seem to go together pretty straightforward, and then you push this, which bit was this?
50.
And this was 47, I think. Was it? No, it was 46.
46.
There's 46 part of the front. When you push that in place, that'll tell you where you've got everything else right. And you probably need to hold that while it dries. And again, try and do it quite quickly just in case you have got it in the wrong place. Don't panic too much about it though. But it's definitely 10 is 9 and 9 is 10. So there we go. So I've ended up building both legs though, unfortunately.
Doesn't matter.
Just lie, this is the Games Workshop's instructions.
It's typical though, isn't it? We always
Found it.
Found it.
But anyway, this will now fit on, we hope, to here. And it'll be in clawing position. As you can see, we've attached the head. There it was. That one I'm pretty straightforward, especially considering there's different versions of how it would fit on. And he's walking straight forward, tongue lashing out. That's pretty awesome. So I'll go ahead and stick this on, and then we can move on to the next page, which is the throne, more than a seat, I would say, which is part, what have we got, 53, 51, 52 and 86. I don't really think, I think they stand on it, I don't think they actually sit and ride it. We'll see in a second. But we'll get these parts off. They'll likely go together pretty straightforward. And then we will come back and have a look at this. Okay, so we have 53 and 51. They just go together like that. We have the flames, which is 52. They sit on the top. We'll go on there. And then we have this hooked. Not even sure what this is. It's like a weird hooked weapon. What is it?
Like a tomahawk almost.
Yeah. Anyway, that goes on there. There's no specific place for it to go, but it goes on there. There's no markings, I mean, for that to fit onto. It just fits about there by the looks of it. So we'll glue those together, and then there is this plug device here at the bottom, which will plug into the back of the magma draw. So we'll glue that in place. And then we're done with the magma droth side of things. We also stick him on his base, as in the picture, so we have the large base for that. And then we shall move on to the Auric Runefather. Now, according to the War Scroll, you have all three of these guys. So you've got the Runefather, the Rune Son, and the Rune Smiter.
Okay.
From these assemblies, I can see that the Rune Smiter is a full model with legs, base, everything, by the looks of it. I'm sure you could have him riding magma droth. We'll have to check the rules, I'm not quite sure. But I'm sure you could. But these guys haven't got legs, so I'm assuming, I'm just going to skip ahead. Yeah, so you've got versions of them for standing up. So we'll end up with the Rune Smiter, the Rune Son, and the Rune Father sat down. Yeah, I just wanted to check that before we moved on.
Okay.
Right, so let's get these parts off for the Rune Father. So 69, 68, 71, 70, 72, 73 for the giant key axe, 74, 75, and the Rune Son, 61, 60, 62, 65, 66, 64 even. So you got optional weapons for the Rune Son.
Okay.
You either got 65 or 64, so you got this long pike.
Long pikey thing.
Long pikey thing.
Yeah, looks awesome that.
Just wondering if that's maybe for fighting from the back of the
right, okay.
magma draw.
So a little thing.
And he's got piddly little axe though.
Piddly little axe then.
Yeah. And then we have the Smiter 78, 76, 77, 79, 80. Then he's got optional weapons. He's got this key thing, 81. And kind of looks like the same thing as on the back of the magma draw, the hook thing. Which is 82, and an optional 85, whatever that is, which makes him. So we'll get all these parts off, then we can start putting them together. Hey guys, so we got the parts off. Just show you the magma drop on base with throne thingies, whatever that is, seat. I think they are seated on it. Looking at the, I think it's confusing. It's confusing me because some of these guys are stood up and some of them are sat down. But the Auric Runefather looks like it goes together pretty simply. The body and the head will go together. The mane consists of these parts here. So we've got two sides for his head, and then we've got the arm, which is 72, which will attach to the side of this, which is the massive key axe majigger. Then we have these sort of shoulder pad, sort of dragon heads, which are cool, 74 and 75 for the other side. The Rune Sun, it's pretty similar, sort of starting. We've got the body and the weirdly unbearded dwarf face, which is kind of freaky. Dwarf without a beard. What was his name? Varen from Dragon Age. It's the only time any dwarfs ever really pulled that off, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Yeah, I know which one you mean there, yeah.
So that goes on there, and then we have this circular bit, almost like a mini ogre, if you will. We have this circular bit there, and that'll fit on there, and that'll be his beard. And then we have a 64, which is a small axe, and another small axe, 63, which will bring us to this part. And then we have the Auric Rune Smiter. Is that the...
That's the spear pike
That's
thing.
the spear. We'll double check the rules. I think the pike is for...
I think it's more for him being on there, I
on
reckon.
the back of a magma drop. Because it's huge.
It is huge.
Bigger than he is. So the Rune Smiter, again, freaky unbearded dwarf. Almost chaos dwarfy. It's one of the things I always thought.
Actually, yeah.
It's one of the things I said about these originally.
Yeah.
But there's his beard. And then we have 77, which is his feet, which just peg into place with this awesome looking cloak. It's part 60. And then we have his hair. Then we have one of these hook things. And then the optional little thing there is a pipe, which is definitely going on. And we should end up with him. So, with him, I'll put him on his base because then he's done. We'll put these bits together. We'll come back and we'll have a look at the next page, which we've already had a quick look at, and continue from there. Oh, there we go. So there's the Rune Smiter on base. Then we have the Rune Sun, and we're going to be adding on 58 and 59. I imagine if you wanted the Rune Sun on the back with the beastie, you could just put these ones on the Rune Father instead, and you could have him walking along. It could be interesting. Did have a quick look at the rules. You can give him the spear, that's fine. Just like this guy, the other weapon is a key, and it doubles the range of one of his abilities. So, but the weapon that you've given him actually gives him 2 extra attacks. So it's like,
oh, that's handy.
So there is a reason for having these different weapons at least. And then we have the Rune Father, and we're going to be putting together 56 and 57 to make the seated legs. And then we've got 54 and 55, which make this like dragon head icon, which is going to go on the front of this seat just there. So we'll go ahead and stick all these guys together, stick him together, put him on a base, and then we're done with this section. I imagine this is an abridged version actually of putting together the magma drop.
Yeah,
because there's a few little bits still left on there.
Oh,
like it doesn't mention. So I assume we've got like the javelins. Maybe if you've got the Rune Sun up there, maybe those go on. And then we have this little bit, which is the platform I was on about, and that's the thing I've seen this guy standing on. So I presume this would go onto this base somehow, probably on there. Yeah, probably goes on there, and he stands on it because there's a big sort of banner thing that can go on there as well. So they haven't included the rules for all the versions of this, but you could pretty much look at the pictures and figure out the last few remaining parts if you want to switch these guys around. Plus, if you did want to magnetise it, there's always that option. There'd be a little magnet in there. You'd have to glue this bit together and then figure out how to put a magnet on there. And again, putting a magnet underneath this guy. Obviously I'm not going to do that, because Claire will probably want another magnet drop in the future anyway, so...
Probably.
So there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and finish sticking these guys together, and I'll finish this bit off, and we can move on to the Volkite Berserkers. Okay, so there is the completed Magma Droth. What do you reckon?
He looks awesome.
Yeah.
He looks really
dragon
cool.
figure head on. Then we have the Auric Runefather, who you're going to leave separate for painting purposes.
Yes.
He will sit there when he's done, looking over his forces. Nice. Plus, if you've seen our video, we've got the General's Handbook. One of the things about, there's a lot of good things in it actually. Started to read it. One of the things is mercenary companies.
Mm-hmm.
You can take Fyreslayers basically as a mercenary company.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's the Rune Smiter. There is one of them you can't take though. I think it might be the Rune Father. I think.
Right.
I'll have to read it again. Because I was overloaded with stuff. And there is the Rune Son. But like I said, you can give him the Javelin. You can give this guy the key. And they do different things in the game. Okay, so from the starter set, we have the Volkite Berserkers. Now there's two options for these guys. You can either give them two single-handed axes, which allows them a reroll to hit, or you can give them the bladed shields and the picks. Picks aren't quite as good to wound, but they do rending damage, and the shields, they can lob them at people as they're running into combat, and if they get charged, they can use it as a save. So there's uses to both. I do like the imagery of them all going Captain America and throwing their shields into things. But then again, the traditional Slayer is more of two-hand axes. So which are you choosing?
I'm choosing the two-handed axes.
Oh,
so
tradition.
Yeah.
Tradition rather than Captain America. I'm surprised. Yeah. Being a Marvelite like yourself. Okay, so there's one of them called Carl. And Carl has that body. So he's kind of specific. And then one of them's got the Horn of Grimnir, which is one of those guys. Okay. Oops.
I think that's right.
I think that's right. So walking forward, yeah. Other than that, all the rest of the models are going to be just random combinations. So you have all the bodies. We have these holes in the bodies, very much like ogres. And in there goes these dwarven motifs. Tabards. So they can go on any of them, doesn't really matter which. And then we have all the random heads. So I think the only one that will be different is Carl.
Which we'll have to look at on the other page, I think.
So then we have these mohawks, which go into the
plumes.
The heads. Plumes.
Mohawks.
And then here we have the throwing axes and keys, another MacGuffin. And then we have the axes left and right at the bottom. So we'll keep two guys out because we need those for the Horn of Grimnar. Right, so Carl, he is 16 and 15 and 13 for the head. And then we've got 39 and 40 for his axes, very funky looking. And then we have any of the add-on keys, etc., or the throwing axes. We need to go on there as well. Grimnar's horn is 57, 58 and 59. And that just goes in somebody's, well, this guy, because he's got his hand up in there where he'll be holding the horn. He also has a random axe and 21, which is just the other axe in his hand. So there's him to put together. And all the other models will go together randomly. So I'll just stick the, what I'll do is I'll just stick all the bodies onto bases, stick all these little tabard things on, and then just randomly put together heads, plumes and weapons. Just a random formation. So that's literally it. That's what we're going to do with these ones. So we'll come back when these are finished and we'll show you what we've done. Okay, so there we have the Volkite Berserkers. Pretty easy to put together. There's Carl, just as an example. I'm going to keep calling him Carl as a name as opposed to a title.
Is that what his name is now? Just Carl?
Just Carl.
Carl.
He might be a Carl, but he's also Carl.
Carl.
Carl the Carl. Should be Jarl, really, like Thane and Jarl. Anyway. There is one of Grimnir. Cool. So these are nice little models. Pretty easy to put together. Get some proper berserker type stances getting on there. Nice. But there we go. So that is the starter set. It's a cool little starter set actually.
It is, yeah. There's quite a few bits and pieces in that actually.
Yeah. If you got multiples, you could have another unit of these guys with the shields and the picks. You could build the Magmadroth differently.
Head facing that way.
Yeah, and you could build it so he's got the platform on for the runic guy the rune smiter to stand on there. And you could have the runic Allfather on foot.
Yeah.
Or you could modify it a little bit.
Yeah, you can,
So
there's a lot of options, yeah.
I mean, I think you can make the other versions of this just by looking at the other pictures online.
Yeah.
Right, so that's the starter set, but now we have the Hearthguard. So this will be the rest of your starting army.
It will.
Let's put these guys back. We decided what you're doing because you've got 2 boxes. You're going to build one of each?
Yeah, I'm going to build one of each, I think.
One of each?
Yeah. You can always get more if I want to.
Which one are these going to be? Are these going to be the Berserkers?
The ones with these flaily things, I think.
Is that the Berserkers? Hearthguard Berserkers, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to build this one into Berserkers.
Yeah.
Berserkers.
Another one in there.
There we go.
There we go.
And the instructions.
And the instructions.
It's hidden in the instructions.
Right.
Okay, so we've got 3 sprues this time. Sprue 1, 2, 3.
So the Hearthguard Berserkers are steps 1 to 7.
1 to 7. Okay, so we're starting with 1 and 2. And then 3. So also they got the same sort of setup as the other Berserkers, the Volkite Berserkers. We've got these plugs in their stomachs. And then we have part 7 and 4, so that's the 2-handed weapon. Part 5 being a head. Does that make one of them? Because then we got 2, and then we got 3, 4,
5, 6.
5, and then we add on the flail part. So that's weird. So you build most of the model, and then you have the flail parts and the plumes and the renots and stuff.
Okay.
Alright, okay.
Right. There's 1, 2 and 3.
1, 2 and 3.
We need 7 and 4.
7 and 4, and then the second one is 12. The body's in 2 parts, again like this one, so you got 11 and 10, and 16 and 13, 14 for the head. And that builds the same 2-handed guy waiting for the rest of his weapon.
Okay.
Alright.
So should we do this first page then?
Do the first page. And then, there we go. They don't look like they're going to be too difficult to actually get together. Test out theory. Okay, so those two bits just fit on, no problem. That's the leg. Then we have the plug. Like that. Then we get the head, which we'll wait to put on. I'll put the arms on first, because doing two-handed stuff is always fiddly.
That one. This is a strange way of doing it, but I bet it's actually really easy when you look at it.
Well, it's probably easier to have these arms dried.
Yeah.
Before you
put those flail things on.
Attempt to attach flails and stuff on.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to actually build in general. I'll put the head on there. And then attach to his base. Boom, boom. There we go. So that's one built, sort of. One stay on his base. It's a bit premature though. There we go. Slide him across a bit so he's a bit more central. There we go. Right, so there we go. So that's one built. That's a quick one takes. 4 more like that. We'll do that off camera.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be bored waiting for me to finish. But they all go together the same sort of way by the looks of it.
Looks
so
like
just move
it,
all
yeah.
these parts off. Just take a look at the others.
Yes.
Yeah.
Body,
so
plug.
that one's even easy. Well, no, it's 2 parts. That one's 2 parts. Plugs, everything. Right. I'll build them all up to this stage, and I shall rejoin you at the flailing stage. That sounded really painful. Okay, so we're back. We have our 5 models. There we go. Same one, easy to put together, especially the last one. It was a whole body and didn't have a separate leg. So then we have a choice of weapons. We can either use the Flame Strike pole axes, or we can use the what's that one?
Berserker broadaxe.
Berserker broadaxe. So the broadaxe does rend. It wounds on a 3 as opposed to a 4, and it does 2 damage. There's no rend on the pole axes, and they'll do 1 damage. However, for every hit you roll a dice on a 3+, you cause a mortal wound to the enemy. So there's the chance to do mortal wounds, but overall probably less damage than you do with the axes. So it's a payoff basically.
I do like the look of the chain things though.
I said pick the one you like the look of.
Chain things.
Chain things. Right, okay, so the chain things, they're going to go on the ends. So I imagine they all fit in a very similar way. We have a half circle bit there and a half circle bit there. And in theory, those 2 bits should meet and then glue together. So I'll go ahead and glue these on. On the next page,
you'll need the plumes.
We need the plumes. And also one of them's called Carl.
Carl. So Carl will need the extra long thing, won't he?
Yeah. So Carl has an extra chain on his doofer, on his poleaxe.
Okay.
And then he has an option of which plume, 45 or 46, that you want to give him.
I'll go for 46.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's a specific poleaxe, that one. It's that one on the picture. Is that the add-on?
Yeah, those are the add-ons and those are...
Alright, so it's just a chain link add-on, so you could add it onto any of them. That's not a problem then. That's the plume you've picked.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll put Carl together. Carl 2. Carl 1 was in the other book. And then if you get the rest of the plumes off, I can add those on.
Yeah.
And then we've got an assortment of axes and keys, so whichever ones you want to put on, really.
Okie dokie.
That should bring us to a finished unit.
Yeah.
So we'll see you at the end, guys. Okay, so these guys are pretty cool, actually. So there is one guy with the pole axe. They do look cool with the way that the chains go around them.
Yeah.
There's Carl too.
Carl too.
Carl too. I'm going to call them Carls. Okay. Should be Al, but I like it.
I reckon it is Jarl. It's just...
I'd be pronounced.
Yeah.
Probably.
But he's going to be called Carl too, isn't he?
Yeah. Carl too. And there is another one. They're cool models. I like them.
They're very dynamic.
Yeah.
Got a lot of like anger in them. You can feel the
feel the heat.
Feel the heat, definitely. Yeah.
Feel the heat. Right, so there we go. So that's one box of Hearthguard undone. We'll do the other one off camera, and you'll be able to see the shooty health Hearthguard in action in the first game. I think for the first game, what we'll do, we'll use the starter set from this. Well, I don't know whether to... Should we points cost it? Yeah, I think that's best. We'll points cost it. Because it's small army. Because I was thinking, from the General's Handbook, you can do random armies.
Alright.
But then we'd have to figure out how many... It'd probably be like 5 force points or something like that, because it's only a really small game we're going to play.
Yeah,
We might be able to use some of the setup rules and stuff like that.
Maybe, yeah.
But what we'll do, what points cost it? Something we didn't do in the first Tale of Two Gamers. So basically you've got the starter set, 2 boxes of Hearthguard, one done either way. I'll points cost that up, and then I'll make a goblin army of equal size.
Okay.
I'd buy this guy on his great white squig.
Great white squig.
Well, could be greater if it was bigger.
Yeah?
No, it's an albino squig. I like it. Yeah, he's nearly done. So when he's done, I've got a couple of models to finish off, and then my goblins will be ready for battle. So, with the magic of contrast paint, we shall hope that Claire will get these done by tomorrow. If I spray them now, it's like 8 o'clock or something, 9 o'clock, have them done by dinner time tomorrow.
Not going to happen.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Right, guys, stay tuned for the next Tale of Two Gamers. It'll either be us playing a game with what we've got. I do have some more goblins to unbox, so if it takes a while to get these painted, I'll probably just unbox them.
Yeah.
But said, other than that, you'll see these guys again when I play my goblins, and the goblins will be point costed because it's not a starter set. It was the Loon Curse set with some other stuff thrown in. It'll be points costed to match the starter set with these boxes. So I'll see you for that. Please like and subscribe, and take care for now.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.